Chosen ones, your next 24 hours will shock you. If this is happening to you, it may surprise or even shock you to hear what I'm about to say. But if you're seeing this video right now, it's no accident. You stand on the cusp of a revolutionary hour in your life, a fiery drumbeat in your soul that refuses to stay silent any longer. It's a clarion call to gather all your courage, for a seismic shift is rumbling beneath your feet. No more bowing to fear or dismissing the extraordinary signs swirling around you. You are a chosen one, meant to tear down the old walls that confine you and step into the blazing unknown. Something tremendous is hurtling toward you, an upheaval that will realign everything you thought was certain. If your heart's pounding with the electricity of this moment, like this video, subscribe and comment 77 below to let the universe know you're ready for the transformation racing toward your doorstep. Chapter 1. The rustling of a new reality. A strange tension has pressed into your everyday life, an undercurrent that makes the familiar seem oddly foreign. In the corner of your eye you catch glimpses of possibilities that were invisible just a week ago. Conversations you once dismissed now echo in your mind, tugging at something deep in your spirit. It's as if the ground itself is trying to shake you awake, urging you to sense how close the next paradigm shift truly is. This is the wrestling of a new reality, a whisper from destiny that your next 24 hours will be unlike any you've known before. You can sense it in the abrupt shifts of mood. One moment, you're weighed down by unexplained heaviness. The next, your chest expands with sudden hope. People around you, family or friends, might comment that you seem preoccupied or unusually distant, but you're not losing yourself. You're shedding an old skin. The frequency of life is intensifying, calling you to step onto a stage you've dimly perceived but never fully entered. Your dreams, if you've paid attention, are laced with cryptic messages. Symbols dance across your subconscious, trying to alert you to the approaching wave of changes. But these signs aren't here to paralyze you with fear. They're an invitation to seize your rightful place as a chosen one. You've always sensed you were meant for something beyond the ordinary, something that demanded resilience and a willingness to fight for your awakening. Now that something has crept out of the shadows, preparing to reveal itself in a matter of hours. It may come as a text you weren't expecting, an answer to a prayer you once thought foolish, or an encounter that sets your soul ablaze. Your mind might try to question it. Is this real? Could this be a trick of my imagination? But your spirit already knows the truth. The hours ahead carry a lightning bolt of synchronicity that will leave you trembling, not with fear, but with awe. And when that moment arrives, doubt will vanish under the sheer magnitude of the experience. You will recognize it as the catalyst you've been longing for, a turning point that shatters every excuse to remain small. If you're brave enough to ride this wave, you'll find that the rustling of a new reality becomes a roar, a cosmic wind at your back that propels you forward. You may feel the old world tug at you, resistant to your transformation. Do not yield. Each step you take in alignment with this emerging truth intensifies the power unfolding in your life. The next 24 hours are a gateway, and if you dare to cross it, you'll never be the same again. Chapter 2. The Quickening Pulse of Destiny. In times of profound change, your very heartbeat seems to align with a larger, unseen tempo. You notice it when you're alone, and the world goes quiet, a steady thrum that resonates deeper than your daily concerns. This is the quickening pulse of destiny, urging you to throw off every chain of doubt that's held you back. If your mind is racing, if your emotions are churning, that's because your soul understands something massive is at stake. In the next 24 hours, you'll be confronted with choices that feel both electrifying and terrifying. They might seem small at first, a sudden invitation you didn't see coming, a surprising piece of news that rattles your assumptions. but each is a potent spark ready to ignite a blaze of revelation. Your task is to remain alert, to sense how these fragments fit into a larger tapestry, one designed to thrust you into a new chapter of your life. The people who cross your path in this brief window might carry the keys to unlock opportunities you once believed impossible. Like any birth, the quickening process can be messy. You may find yourself shedding tears without warning, as though your soul is releasing years of pent-up frustration and fear. But understand that tears can be purifying, dissolving the crust of old emotional baggage so you can embrace this new era unencumbered. You might also find yourself uncharacteristically bold, speaking truths you used to swallow, expressing ideas you once buried. It's as though your spirit, sensing this cosmic momentum, refuses to hide in the safety of silence any longer. Some around you might not understand. They'll see your sudden changes as erratic or risky, but you've never been called to tread the path of the ordinary. As a chosen one, you are meant to break boundaries, to stand at the frontier of what's known, and push forward without apology. The next 24 hours will reveal how ready you truly are for this role. You'll feel an energetic surge in your body, a tingling in your fingertips, a warmth in your chest that confirms you're stepping into alignment with something far greater than personal ambition. Accept that destiny doesn't tiptoe politely into your life. It arrives like a tempest, testing your resolve, measuring your capacity to stand firm amid upheaval. If, in these hours, you sense a tremor of uncertainty, lean into faith. Remind yourself that you've been inching toward this moment since you first realized you were different, since you first sensed the infinite potential humming inside you. The pulse of destiny is not a metronome of comfort. It's the drum of a cosmic war cry, summoning you to fight for your future with everything you've got. Let your heart race if it must. Let the tears fall as they need to. Just don't turn away from the storm that's about to remake you in the most astonishing way possible. Chapter 3. Signs Spouting from Strangeness. The hours leading up to your shocking 24-hour transformation are likely to brim with peculiar incidents and uncanny coincidences. You may wake in the middle of the night feeling as though someone whispered your name. A recurring number might appear on receipts or digital clocks, refusing to let you ignore its pattern. Even chance encounters with strangers could yield conversations that seem oddly relevant to what's brewing inside your head. These are not random quirks of life. They are signs sprouting from strangeness, the universe's way of guiding you to pay attention. At first, you might shrug these off. Everyone sees random numbers, right? But if you're honest with yourself, you sense there's something more going on. The synchronicities that pop up feel like they're glowing at the edges, as though charged with an otherworldly essence. Even your pets, if you have them, may behave differently, staring at corners of the room or reacting to energies you can't visibly detect. The air crackles with possibility, and your senses sharpen in response. You start to realize that each sign, no matter how small, is forming a trail. In isolation, they could be dismissed as odd coincidences, but strung together, they weave a tapestry that points toward an impending breakthrough. You may stumble upon an old journal or a snippet of advice you scrolled down months ago that resonates powerfully right now. You might see repeated symbols in your dreams, bridges, keys, open doors, nudging you to cross a threshold. These signs gather like a crescendo, signaling that something momentous is about to erupt in your reality. It's often in these surreal moments that the voice of doubt tries to rear its head. Are you really seeing signs, or are you reading too much into everyday happenings? But doubt is a relic of your old self, the part that found safety in rationalizing away the extraordinary. Let your curiosity override your skepticism. Dare to believe that the world is more magical than you once allowed yourself to imagine, that your life is part of a grand orchestrated design. And so you stand in the thick of it, a swirl of uncanny hints directing your attention toward what's about to unfold. You can almost taste the electricity in the air, the intangible sense that your timeline is accelerating. It can be thrilling, but it can also feel like you're inching toward a precipice. Your spirit hums with a mixture of anticipation and apprehension, knowing that once you step over this line, there's no returning to the smallness of before. Embrace these signs as you would a compass. They won't solve every mystery outright, but they'll illuminate the path enough for you to move forward. The next 24 hours promise not just shock, but revelation, the kind that rearranges how you view yourself and your destiny. In the midst of these signs, spouting from strangeness, let your faith bloom wild and free. You're closer to the tipping point than you've ever been. Chapter 4. A catalyst tracks the show. Not every transformation arrives gently. Often it erupts with the force of a lightning bolt, shattering your familiar existence and demanding you rebuild from the pieces. That's precisely the kind of catalyst you can expect within the next 24 hours. It could be a phone call that delivers life-altering news, a confrontation that brings hidden truths to the surface, or a simple realization that thunders through your mind, making it impossible to go back to your old ways. You might feel the ground quake beneath you, both figuratively and literally. Relationships that once felt stable could suddenly wobble under the weight of unspoken tensions. Goals you cherish might reveal their hollowness, nudging you to reevaluate your ambitions. This catalyst doesn't come to destroy you. It arrives to crack the shell around your potential, like a seed that must break apart to grow. You need to let your old identity fragment so the authentic you can burst forth. In these pivotal moments, your fight or flight response might kick in. Emotions swirl, anger at being forced into upheaval, fear that you won't measure up, sadness over what you must leave behind. But beneath the emotional maelstrom is a raw power waiting to be harnessed. The very friction that threatens to undo you can be transformed into the fuel for your ascension. Instead of running from the catalyst, you can choose to confront it head-on, letting it reshape you into a more evolved version of yourself. Think of it like forging steel. The fire isn't there to scorch you without reason. It's there to refine. In this next day, you may feel the heat intensify around a specific issue in your life, a problem you can no longer ignore, a dream you can't postpone, a secret you can't keep hidden. The shock will come not just from the outer event, but from your own reaction. You'll discover new depths of resilience and creativity, tapping into resources you never knew you possessed. Be prepared, too, for the possibility that this catalyst might not be neatly resolved by the day's end. It may only set the stage for changes that will continue to unfold over weeks or months, but the initial crack, that wondrous, terrifying shift, will be undeniable. You will know in a flash of insight that everything has changed, and once you recognize that, there is no undoing it. The shell around your spirit will be split wide open, revealing the luminous core that has always waited just beneath the surface. Through this process, your choices matter. Resist the urge to fight the inevitable, and instead let the catalyst reveal which are truly made of you. You are a chosen one after all, someone designed to dance with the flames of transformation rather than shrink back in fear. When that shell cracks, let it welcome the disruption, because on the other side of the shock, you'll find a version of yourself capable of feats you never dared to imagine. Chapter 5. An Unexpected Alliance. The next 24 hours could also bring a surprising twist in the form of a person you least expect. A stranger whose words ring with eerie precision, an old acquaintance who suddenly re-emerges with exactly what you need, or perhaps a mentor-like figure who appears just when you're teetering on the edge of despair. This unexpected alliance won't be random. It will feel like an answer to a silent prayer you whispered in the darkest hours, a living sign that the universe hasn't abandoned you to navigate these storms alone. At first, you might be wary. After all, vulnerability doesn't come easily when you're in the throes of radical change. You've learned to be cautious about letting people in, especially those who show up when everything is unraveling. But allow yourself to sense the vibrational match between your newly emerging self and the ally who crosses your path. You'll notice a certain resonance in their presence, as if they speak a language your soul understands. Conversations with them may carry an electric charge, each word sparking revelations that align with what you've been wrestling with internally. In the hours to come, this person could extend a helping hand, a resource, a piece of wisdom, or even just an unwavering belief in your potential that awakens something powerful within you. Don't mistake their assistance for weakness on your part. True strength lies in discerning when to stand alone and when to accept support. You're being guided toward a vantage point where synergy replaces solitude, where cooperation outweighs the need to always go it alone. This alliance might test your pride or your fears of rejection. Perhaps you've been betrayed before, or maybe you're used to wearing a self-sufficient armor that makes you unapproachable. Yet the magnitude of the shift you're undergoing requires that you recognize teamwork as a divine instrument of progress. When one soul meets another at the crossroads of destiny, miracles can unfold that neither could achieve on their own. As the bond strengthens, you'll sense the energy around you clarifying. The anxious knots in your stomach loosen, replaced by a sense of purposeful calm. Even if chaos swirls, you feel less alone, more capable of facing the unknown. This unexpected ally isn't here to rescue you. They're here to remind you of your own power. In their presence, you glimpse facets of yourself you buried under layers of doubt. It's as if the universe has orchestrated this encounter as a living reflection, showing you exactly how far you've come and how much further you can still go. Embrace the alliance. Let its momentum carry you through the final stretch of this 24-hour upheaval. Together, you and this new companion will cut through the illusions that have chained you to old realities, forging a path toward a life that resonates with your deepest calling. The shocking nature of what's coming isn't just in the external events, it's in the realization that even in your vulnerability, you are never truly alone. Chapter 6. The Surge of Inner Knowing. As the events of these next hours unfold, you'll likely experience something akin to an inner tsunami, a surge of intuitive clarity that can be both overwhelming and exhilarating. You may have walked your entire life ignoring the whispers of your deeper self, chalking them up to imagination or fleeting emotions. But in this pivotal window, intuition refuses to be sidelined. It roars to the forefront of your mind, demanding your attention with the force of a tidal wave. Visions, flashes of insight and sudden epiphanies may flood your awareness. People around you might even remark how in tune you seem, as though you've tapped into some arcane source of knowledge. You'll find yourself speaking truths you didn't know you held, advising others with uncanny accuracy, or seeing through the facades people present without even trying. This heightened discernment isn't mere coincidence. It's part of the cosmic unveiling that marks you as a chosen one, someone designated to pierce through the veil of mundane existence and dive into the deeper currents that shape reality. This rush of inner knowing won't always come gently. You could feel dizzy with the intensity of it, or unsettled by how quickly your old beliefs crumble under the weight of new, unfiltered truths. You might question your sanity, wondering if you're making everything up to cope with stress. But each moment of doubt is a chance to test the authenticity of your newfound clarity. Pay attention to how your body reacts. Does your heart flutter when you sense a lie, or perk up when you brush against divine truth. This is your built-in compass, guiding you toward what resonates with your highest purpose. As time presses forward, you realize there's no going back to the naive acceptance of life's surface appearances. With your intuition ignited, even the smallest decisions, what you eat, where you spend your day, where you choose to trust, take on profound significance. You recognize how each choice either aligns you more closely with the unfolding miracle of your destiny or pulls you away from it. Such responsibility can weigh heavy, but it also liberates you from drifting aimlessly through circumstance. Be mindful that not everyone around you will celebrate your heightened perception. Some may feel threatened by the new clarity shining in your eyes, preferring the comfort of their own illusions. Others might flock to you, hoping you offer them the insights they're unwilling to cultivate within themselves. Either way, remain grounded in the knowledge that this surge of inner knowing is a gift you've earned through your unwavering commitment to growth. It's an accelerant for your evolution, enabling you to navigate life's labyrinth with a precision that once seemed unattainable. Accept this expanded awareness with a humble heart. Rather than using it as a tool for control or self-importance, wield it as a means to further your purpose and uplift those who are truly willing to change. In these final hours of your dramatic 24-hour upheaval, your inner knowing stands as proof that your spirit's journey has never been accidental. Every struggle, every tear, and every triumph led you to unlock this hidden chamber of intuition, and once it's unlocked, there is no force in the world that can slam it shut again. Chapter 7. The Threshold of Awakening. As you pass through the final stretch of this earth-shaking 24 hours, you will find yourself at a rare and extraordinary threshold. The events, signs, catalysts, and connections that exploded into your life have all conspired to bring you to this precipice of awakening. Gone is the sense of drifting aimlessly or clinging to past illusions. In its place stands a figure, strong, clear-eyed, and pulsing with the energy of untapped horizons. That figure is you. The threshold you face isn't simply a point of no return. It's the launch pad for everything you've secretly longed for, yet never dared to claim. You might feel a trembling in your soul as you step closer, a mingling of excitement and reverence. Each breath tastes like promise. Each moment crackles with the electricity of destiny realized. Perhaps you catch yourself wanting to linger in the doorway, savoring the final moments before your life shifts beyond the known. But the call to advance is too compelling, the magnitude of your future too bright to ignore. Within you, every lesson gleaned from heartbreak, every spark of faith that kept you going, and every ounce of courage you discovered in the darkest nights converge into a single force. You realize that your journey has been guided by a design you couldn't always see, but felt in the core of your being. Now, that design reveals itself in the swirl of possibilities awaiting you on the other side. This is your awakening, a roar of the spirit, an eruption of the heart that declares you will never again remain small or silent. Embrace it. Let the waves of shock and awe transform into unwavering resolve. The illusions that once held you captive are falling away, replaced by the clarity that you are, and always have been, a chosen one. That title isn't an ego trip. It's a responsibility, a vow to walk in light, even when shadows press close. You've tasted the chaos, felt the sting of doubt, and yet here you stand, unbroken and radiant with conviction. The next few moments will define not just the next day of your life, but the entire tapestry of what's to come. And so you step across. There is no elaborate ceremony, no grand fanfare, just a steady heartbeat of your newly awakened soul, guiding you into unknown vistas. The shock of this transformation lingers in the air, but it's accompanied by a sense of profound peace. You may not see every twist of the road ahead, but you know you will meet each one with a power you never thought possible. Each breath you take is a testament to your own rebirth. All that remains is the decision to continue. Your destiny extends far beyond a single day's upheaval. You have stepped onto a path that leads deeper into the extraordinary, and there is no final ending in sight. Instead, there's promise, a limitless horizon stretching before you, vibrant and waiting to be claimed. The revolution you've initiated has only just begun.